Hello everyone, myself Birindra, your chemistry teacher, and today I am in front of you with a new topic of class 12th chemistry, that is solution. And today we will see colligative properties. Okay, we know that this is the one of the topic of the solution. Colligative. What colligative properties? So we can see here, means such type of properties, the solution having the properties which depend only on the number of particles of solute and not on its nature, whether it is volatile or non-volatile. That type of property colligative property of a solution which depend only on and not its nature. So such type of properties are known as colligative properties. So today we will attempt different type of colligative properties and the numericals based on it. So the first colligative property is relative lowering of vapor pressure. There are four type of properties. Let me make it clear. First is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Second is elevation pressure. So these are four type of colligative properties. Now one by one we will see all the numericals which are related with these properties. So we are coming to the first type of colligative property, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Now see, relative lowering, what is relative lowering of vapor pressure? Relative lowering vapor pressure means when the lowering of vapor pressure, that means whatever amount of vapor pressure decreases and vapor pressure of pure solvent, means we can say that pressure, one pressure is of pure solvent and another pressure is of solution. Okay, so we can say that lowering of vapor pressure and vapor pressure of pure solvent, this is always equal to X2, that means mole fraction. And remember one thing more that I want to make it clear, that 1 and 2, you can see here in this chapter we are using 1 and 2, like P1 we are saying P2, okay. For X2 we are saying X1, we are saying N1, we are saying N2, okay. So remember, 1, whenever we are using 1 indicates always for solvent, means P1 means this is the vapor pressure of solvent, and if we are using word 2, that means 2 is for solute, okay. And if we are using this not word like this means this is pure solvent, if I am writing like this. So this is the vapor pressure of pure solvent. Similarly, if it is W1, if it is W2, so W1 means this is the mass of solvent, W2 means mass of solute, mole fraction of solute and mole fraction of solvent. So remember, number 1 indicates solvent and number 2 indicates solute, because students get confused. So this is very important to understand 1 and 2. Now see here, so X2, X means this is mole fraction This is mole fraction of 2 means solute. Okay, so mole fraction, now we know that mole fraction is actually the ratio. This is the ratio of number of moles of solute upon number of moles of solute plus solvent. Or we can say this is solution, because solution contains solute and solvent. So lowering of vapor pressure. So in place of lowering of vapor pressure, now lowering of vapor pressure means vapor pressure of pure solvent. So P1 naught, this is indicating, this is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, and P1 is the vapor pressure, this P1, this is the vapor pressure of solution. Okay, means when we have added solute in it, and this is of the pure solvent only, when we have not added any solute in it, and this is also vapor pressure of pure solvent. And now we have, now you can see here, this is for very dilute solution. So in very dilute solution, we can say that N2 is this number of moles of solute and upon number of moles of solvent, because in this case we can say that N2 is very, very less. So there is no need to count or calculate N2. So we can say just N1. Now we know that N means number of mole. This is number of mole of solute. 2 means solute. So N we know. N means the mass of upon molar mass. Mole is always equal to mass upon molar mass. So if it is N2, means if it is the mole of solute, then it will be W2 and upon M2. So in place of N2, we can put W2 upon M2. And similarly N1, we can say this is mass will be N1 because this is solvent and upon M1. So in place of this, we have taken this one. So we can say that lowering of vapor pressure or relative lowering will be equal to W2 into M1 upon W2 into M2. So with the help of this formula, now we can easily calculate M2. Now see here, if we have to calculate now of M2, M2 means, because M1 we know, M1 means this is the molar mass of solvent and this is the molar mass of solute. So if you want to calculate molar mass of solute, so with the help of this formula, this is the formula, now you can write here, see here how we will find it out. Write the formula, this is relative lowering and this is equal to, we can say, W2 into M1 upon W1 into M2. So if you have to find this M2, so M2 will be equal to, okay, so this will be equal to P1 naught, this, and this should be multiplied by W2 into M1 and upon this value will come here. This will be P1 naught minus P1. This is one value, remember it. Okay, you cannot take it separately. And multiplied by W1. So in this way we can find M2. Now coming to the numerical. So this is the formula. Okay, according to this formula we can find molar mass of solute. Now see here. Now these are the questions. Now see, first question is, a solution is prepared by dissolving 10 gram of non-volatile solute in 200 gram water. Now see, this is, I am writing the question here. First read the question, okay, whenever you are getting any numerical, what you have to do, first thing that is very important is you have to read the numerical and try to find what is given to you. Okay, so first thing what we will do, a solution is prepared by dissolving 10 gram of non-volatile solute. That means what is 10 gram? 10 gram is solute. So solute means W2. So we will write it 10 gram. Okay. In 200 gram water, now see here, 200 gram water. That means this is W1. Water means this is solvent. So this is equal to 200 gram. Its vapor pressure at 308 Kelvin is 31.84 mercury, mercury. Okay. Now its vapor pressure means now it is, they are talking about a solution. Okay. So a solution is prepared by dissolving this much solute in this much water and its vapor pressure. Its means we are talking about the solution. Okay. So here solution means we can say this is P1. Okay, because this is not pure solvent. So we will put here P1. So P1 is given to you 31.84 mercury. And we have to find the molar mass of solute. Solute means, now again, molar mass means M and solute means 2. So M2 we have to find. And what is given here again? Vapor pressure of pure water. Pure water means water is solvent. So this is P1 naught. Okay, because this is vapor pressure of pure water. This is not solution. This is solvent. And this is given to you 32 M1. So now you can see everything you have written, whatever is given in the numerical. Now we have to find M2. So with the help of this formula, first of all, we will write the formula as it is. Okay. Now write the formula P1 naught minus P1 upon P naught 1. This is equal to W2 into M1 upon W2 into M2. Okay. So first because we know P1 naught pure solvent and solution pressure we know. So first of all we have to put the values here and calculate it. So we will get one complete number here. Okay. So write the values now. Now not where it is, this is. Okay. So this is the vapor pressure of pure solvent. So we will write here 32. Then P1 is given 31.84 and upon P1 naught, you can see this is again 32. So this value we will write. Okay. Because this is one value. So you have to calculate it first. Okay. Now W2 is given to you 10 gram and M1 is given to you. Now see here M1. Now see M1 is not given here. Okay. But we know that they are talking about water. Okay. So how we will find M1? M1 means this is the molar mass of water. Okay. So this is M1 is water, molar mass of water, and we know the molar mass of water is, this is 2 plus 16 means 18 gram per mole. So sometimes we get confused, they don't give you molar mass of solvent, but they give the name to you. Okay. So you can easily find it out. Put the atomic number. Okay. Atomic mass. So hydrogen is having atomic mass 2, 1 plus 1, and oxygen is having atomic mass 16. So this is 18. Okay. So M1 is coming 18 gram per mole. Okay. So here we will put 18 and then W2. W2 is given to you. This is 10. This is W1. I have written it twice. I have written. So this is W1. Sorry. This is W1. Okay. So W1 is given 200 and M2 we have to find it out. Now clear the question? Now what we have to do, first of all, we will solve this equation. Okay. And then after solving it, then we will cross multiply and then we can get the value of M2. So this is the way. Now you can calculate it easily. I have already given you the answer here. Here I have written the answer. So you can calculate it. So this is the numerical how to do it. Now coming to second numerical. See now second numerical. So what is the difference between both the numericals? We can see here now. See in this numerical. This is the vapor pressure of pure benzene at certain temperature is 0.850 bar. A non-volatile, non-electrolyte solid weighing 0.5 gram when added to 39 gram of benzene. Molar mass is given. Vapor pressure of solution is then 0.845 bar. Find molar mass of solid substance. Now see, same way. First of all, we will see what is given to us. Okay? Because if you write what is given, then it becomes easier for you to find it out which formula should be applied. Okay? Now see here, the vapor pressure of pure benzene. That means now solvent is benzene. Okay? Of pure benzene at certain temperature is this. So what is 0.850? This is P1 naught. This is the vapor pressure of pure solvent. So this is given to you 0.850 bar. A non-volatile, non-electrolyte solid. Now this is W2 because this is electrolyte means solute. So W2 is given to you 0.5 gram. Okay, benzene is solvent and this non-volatile solute, this is solute. When added to 39.0 gram. So this is W1. This is the W1 39.0 gram. Okay. So this is clear. Now molar mass is also given here. You need not to find. Suppose this is not given, you can find it out. Okay. With the help of, we know the formula of benzene C6H6. Okay. So with the help of this, we can find it. C6 means 12 into 6 and plus 1 into 6. But they have already given you here. Okay. That means this is M1 because this is solvent. Okay. So M1 is given to you 78. This is given here. 78 gram per mole. Now vapor pressure of solution. Now this is very clear. Vapor pressure of solution, that means P1. This is now P1 is then 0.845 bar. Find molar mass of solid substance. Okay, you have to find M2. The question is same as it was earlier question. Okay, same way you have to put the formula, you have to put the values and then first calculate this value and then you have to put all the values here and then you have to find M2. So same question, same way you have to do this numerical also. Okay, this formula you have to put. Now coming to the third question. Okay, answer is given here. You can calculate it and then you will get the, if your calculations are right, then your answer will also come right. Okay, 170 gram per mole. Remember, molar mass is always gram per mole. So don't forget to write its unit. Now coming to the third. Third question is 30 gram of urea. Molar mass is given here, is dissolved in 846 gram water. Find vapor pressure of water for this solution if vapor pressure of pure water at 298 Kelvin is 23.8 mm mercury. Okay, now see here, same way we will do this numerical also. Now see how to do it. We will again write. Okay, whatever is given. Now come to this value. 30 gram of urea, that means 30 gram of urea. Urea means solute. Okay, so this means this is W2. Solute is W2, solvent is W1, remember it. So this is 30 gram. Molar mass is already given you. So you can write here, M2 is already given to you, 60 gram per mole. is dissolved in 846 gram water. So you can see this is solvent. Okay, so W1 is given to you 846 gram. Find vapor pressure of water for this solution. Okay, that means you have to find P1. Okay, for solution you have to find. So this is P1 you have to find if vapor pressure of pure water, P1 naught is already given to you. Okay, this is 23.8 mm mercury. Okay, so this is the question now. Now, same way, in this question, there is a little bit difference, okay, because M2 is given to you. M2 is already given to you. So, again, same way we will put this formula here, P1 naught minus P1 upon P naught 1. This is equal to, we can say, W2 into M1 upon W1 into M2. We will put the values here. Okay, so P1 naught is already given to you, 23.8. So we will write here 23.8 minus P1 you have to write here. And then this is same value 23.8. Now W2 is given 30, so we will write here 30. And M1. Now see here, we have to see M1 means, now we know because urea is being dissolved in water. So water is solvent, urea is solute. So M1 will be, now we can write here, M1 will be water. Okay, so we know molar mass of water is 18 gram per mole. Okay, this is not given, but you have to understand it. So M1 we will write here 18, and W1 is already given to you 846, and M2 is already given to you 60. In earlier question we find M2, but here we have to find P1. Okay, now this whole equation you will multiply, you will do cross multiply now. Okay, in this way you have to cross multiply like this, and then we can find the value of P1. So, and the answer will come this. So in this way you can do the calculations.